Welcome, greetings to all of you. My name is Laura Garrison-Brook, for those of you who don't know me. And this is class 2 of Vishuddha Chakra. We've been on this chakra journey now for 4 or 5 weeks because we've been taking our time, really diving deep. And the heart chakra, which we just finished, and Vishuddha chakra, they are just like twin siblings, sisters, brothers, whatever language you want to use. They really go hand in hand. So we're going to start bringing our wisdom. This is all about wisdom in Vishuddha. Vish means poison, Shuddha, to purify. So it's about purifying the toxins in the world. It's about purifying poison. And what that means for you, you got to figure that out. What does that mean for you? So we're going to talk about it. So let's go ahead and come to a seat. Grab a block. If you'd like to grab a block. Vermet is here with you. Yay. Vermet is almost done with summer semester, so she's on a bit of a break. She's exciting. She just said good morning. So, come to a seat. And we're just going to start opening up Vishuddha. And in the class, the Path to Radical Self-Mastery, which I've been taking a nice easy seat. Kiki's coming to see me. Feel yourself drop down. Allowing yourself just to drop in here, coming to center. Eyes are closed. Spine reaches up. Shoulders are down the back. Eyes just roll up and in Sambhava Mudra. And just allowing yourself to settle. Cats are swarming. Taking the hands to the heart space and rubbing the hands together. This enlivens the heart space, anahata. So rubbing the hands together. And then bring the hands together in Anjali Mudra, gesture of devotion. Snuggle the base of the thumbs in towards the heart. And let's inhale. Hands down. Eyes closed. Breathing here. And let's start humming. Hum, hum, hum. Hum is the seed sound, bija mantra of the Vishuddha chakra. So we're going to inhale and we're going to lift the chin up. And obviously, if you have any cervical issues, any issues with the neck, take care. Maybe bring the hands behind the head to gently support the neck if you have any issues with the neck. But we really want to start opening up Vishuddha. So we're inhaling, we're lifting the chin up. Feel that stretch through the muscles along the front of the neck. And then we're going to exhale and we're going to hum. Hum. And really feel the resonance in the throat as you bring the chin down towards the chest. This is Jalahandra Bandha. Throat seal or throat lock. So we're really vitalizing the 5th chakra here. And I'd like you to just close the eyes and just go quiet. So we inhale as we lift the chin up, and then we exhale and we hum as we bring the chin down towards the chest. Enlivening the throat. As you just settle in here, coming to quiet, you can think of this beautiful blue throat. Color is turquoise. And what was interesting about the blue throat, and remember we're humming as we come down. I'm going to be talking to y'all as we do this. So we inhale lift. There's a great story about the creation of the world. And when the world was created, poison was created as well. And people saw this poison, and they kind of rushed around like, what do we do with it? What do we do with it? I don't want it. What should we do? So finally they went and they brought it to Krishna. And they said, Krishna was meditating, and they said, we've got this poison, we don't know what to do with it. And Krishna says, well, I'll take it. And he took the poison, and he drank it. And as he drank the poison and took it in, it came right to his throat chakra, and he purified the poison into nectar. And as he did that, his throat turned blue. And the reason that this story, resonates with me, as I've mentioned to you all multiple times, the Hinduism that I learn, I've honestly been learning it through this path through radical self-mastery. I'm not Hindu. But one more, we're inhaling up. And then we're humming. Hum. Really feel it in the throat. Hum, as we bring the chin down. And then we're coming to center. And let's bring our right ear to our right shoulder, making sure that right shoulder hangs heavy. The reason that this story really resonates with me is we've been talking a lot, right, as we moved, especially through the heart space, about how we internalize, this knowledge that the life, chin comes to the chest, life is never against us. The universe is never against us, even though sometimes with the way our day unfolds, you might be like, oh, somebody's out to get me. No one is out to get you. I promise. No one is out to get you. Left ear to the left shoulder. Chin down towards the chest. Right ear to the right shoulder. But that's one of our biggest points of evolution, is taking in life and learning from life's lessons. Chin down towards the chest. And again, rolling that ear to the shoulder, doesn't matter which direction. And one more time, coming down, chin to the chest. So that's about this message, isn't it? Taking in the poison, the toxicity of the world. How do we translate this into nectar? And that's about, the way that I think about this. Come up to seated, come off the block, and coming on to hands and knees. The way that I think about this is, well, it's about, experiencing life's challenges and learning from them. Inhale, lift. And exhale, arch. And in his wisdom talk, Anand talks a lot about corrected intellect. Corrected intellect. And we spoke on Sunday, because yesterday I missed class because I whiffed on getting it scheduled. Mea culpa, mea culpa. So just rolling in and out and really feeling into the throat. We talked on Sunday about how, the throat chakra is about the seat of wisdom. And Patanjali says that there is nothing more fertile in life than the field of avidya. What is avidya? Avidya is ignorance in Sanskrit. There is nothing more fertile than the field of ignorance. Inhale, lift into your cow. And then walk those hands forward, curl the toes. Come on up, first down dog. Walk your dog out. So, Anand goes on to talk about how, the greatest threat to true wisdom, true understanding, is false knowledge. Okay? Because it's human beings, and I was thinking about this a lot. Tailbone rises up, head hangs heavy. Plug those hands into the earth. And glide forward, plank pose. It's part of feeling safe, right? Feeling safe on this earth. We want to have a certain sense that we've figured stuff out, right? It's so normal. It's so incredibly human. We're constantly looking to ascribe meaning to things. Lift those hips, come on up. We're constantly looking to understand. And why is that? Why do we want to understand things? At the heart of it, it gives us a sense of control. It makes life less scary. Lift that right leg back and up. Stretch it up. Reach it up. Roll the foot on the ankle. And hangs heavy. And then step that right foot forward. Coming into your Vira 1. So it's layer upon layer upon layer, right? It's like the skin of an onion. Inhale, lift up. Vira 1. Beautiful open heart. And then fold down. Arms go back like airplane wings. If you'd like, you can catch your hands behind you. The knee. Keep your eyes open. If you close those eyes, things will get pretty wiggly. And then flip those hands down and lift up. Step off. Bakasana. Karate kick. You can turn the hands up. So, the biggest challenge with true wisdom is false knowledge. And what I was starting to say, it's like the layers of an onion, right? It's the layers of an onion. Step it back. Vira 1. Again, if you'd like, catch your hands behind the hips. And if this isn't suiting you, no worries. No worries. Bring the chin in towards the chest. You can just have your arms go back like airplane wings instead. And fold over that leg. So we have like our values. We have our understanding of all of these things we cling to in order to understand our world. Lift those arms down and inhale, lift up. And as Anand was talking about this, talking about false knowledge and how that can lock us down into a certain positionality. That's the language he uses, positionality. Soften that knee. Hips are squared forward, both legs are straight. Okay, and if you'd like, you can again bring the hands behind the chest, open the heart. Remember, the heart and the throat work in concert. If the heart is not open, the throat is not open. And then release the clasp. Hands come down either side of the foot, putting your hand possibly on blocks, possibly on your hips. Glide the left hip forward, right hip back. Soften that right knee. Maybe your hands are on your thigh. If you can reach the ground, brilliant. Come on down. And fold over that leg. Keep gliding the right hip back, left hip forward. Soften that knee. There's such a tendency here to really hyperextend the right knee. Left hand comes down, stays down. Right hand, I like to snuggle the thumb right at the top of the crease of the thigh and wrap the fingers around the hip and glide the hip back as we a mouthful of hair, as we twist open to the right. Parita Trikonasana, twisting triangle. Breathe here.
So as you know, Anand was talking about this false knowledge versus true wisdom, and how we can get locked into our positionality. Step that foot back, bend the right knee, float up, 0-1. And then hands come down, either side of the foot. Down dog. And, when I was thinking about, okay, well, how do we know? I mean, how do we hold on to anything, right? If it, I could see ourselves kind of spinning out of control if we're constantly second-guessing ourselves. I don't think that that's necessarily the path we want to follow, right? So where I came back to, widen those knees, touch the toes, sit back, is Robert Holden's words, the British positive psychologist. Palms can be up, coming down into your child's pose. Soften those hips down towards the heels. If you can't get your head onto the mat, it's nice to grab a block so you can put your forehead onto the block. And Robert Holden says, use joy as your Geiger counter. Okay? So if this false knowledge, this sense of how things should be in the world, and expectation, I don't know who this Laura Torres is. She keeps calling me. It's the third time she's called me. I guess I should pick it up. She called right before yoga, though. I'm like, I'm not picking it up. I don't know who you are. And then walk it up, plug the hands in, curl the toes, lift the hips. So Robert Holden again says, use joy as your Geiger counter. So if your false knowledge, breathing here into your down dog, head hangs heavy. Another breath. And then flip that left leg back and up. Stretch it up. Reach it up. Roll the foot on the ankle. So if this false knowledge, if this expectation of how things should be or how you should be, if it's causing you stress, if it's causing you heartache, you might want to visit that. Because when things really come into alignment, when you're really feeling resonant, that should not be stressing you out. So that's maybe your litmus test of, this is the way I feel like things should be, but I'm feeling bad. So that's your kind of let's revisit this. Breathe in here. And then reach back. Take your yoga mudra, if you'd like. If yoga mudra suits your body, serves your body. Roll those shoulders down. Bring the chin in towards the chest. Jadavandra Bandha. Throat lock, throat seal. And then we fold forward. Yellow. I almost fell over. Fold number. Keep breathing. Don't hold the breath. And then inhale that. So the invitation, the inquiry, now that we've got things framed up, the inquiry is for you. Inhale those arms up. Step off into your Bakasana. It's for you just to start exploring your relationship to wisdom. Your relationship to, and intuition is going to be Anya Chakra, our next chakra. So we really want to start opening up our wisdom, right? So that'll feed, it'll fuel our intuition. Step it back. 0-1. Take your clasp if you'd like. And fold. Thank you Sally and Jane, for your donations. I appreciate you. Breathe in here. Another breath. And then float on up. Come on up. Breathe in. And then straighten that leg. We're going into our pyramid. So with pyramid pose, you always want to have your feet be hip width apart. If you try to like walk a tightrope, you're going to be pretty wiggly. And then we're going to soften those hips so that they're in alignment with the short edge of the mat. Right hip forward, left hip back. Soften the left knee. And come on down into your forward fold, into pyramid. Breathe into the back of that leg. Right. Putting your hand on blocks as needed. So just thinking here, thinking about, your conditioned response. Starting to open yourself up to the way you see the world. And the other thing that Anand spoke of that really resonated with me, right hand comes down, left hand coming onto the hip, snuggling that thumb right into the crease at the top of the leg so that you wrap the fingers around the side of the hip and just gently glide that left hip left hip back. And you can feel it'll probably like intensify like a stretch. For me, I get it right through my piriformis. And then if you'd like, you can bring the left arm up overhead. I don't think we did that on the other side, but that's cool. We can do it on this side. Another breath. And then bring that hand down. Step it back. And lift up. 0, 1. And then you can do one last clasp. Yoga Mudra. And folding over. So what I started saying, inhale, lift up, is that Anand talks about our positionality. The more that, we kind of lock into like, okay, all right, okay. I didn't have it right before, but now I've got it all figured out. Now I know it all. Lift the tailbone up, head hangs heavy. And we hold on, we grip. We grip our truth, we grip our knowledge. The tough thing about that is life is ever changing, right? Breathing here in your down dog. Another breath. And then glide forward, plank pose. So a truly open throat, a truly wise person recognizes, come on down, knees, chest, chin. Ashtan Pranam. Ground the hips. Hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift up into your Bhujangasana. Exhale down. Inhale, lift, just floating, really feeling the throat opening. Exhale down. As you settle into this evolution, this exploration, we come to a realization that, wisdom is constantly evolving. So our hands need to be very soft. Very soft. Hands soft on the wheel or soft on the reins. As we come to understand, as we define what our meaning is. And pressing hands in, coming up into more height with your Bhujangasana, if that feels good to your body. Hugging the elbows in, arms are bent, shoulders down in the back, nice long neck. You can bring the chin up. Feel the stretch through the belly. Beautiful back bend, squeezing the kidneys and the adrenals. Another breath. And come on down. Walking the elbows forward. And you might remember the story from Sunday. Elbows underneath the shoulders, tractioning the heart back. The story of Lakshmi and Saraswati. Lakshmi being the goddess of love and abundance, and Saraswati being the goddess of wisdom. So often we chase and chase and chase abundance. We chase love. We chase Lakshmi. Right? Seduced by her beauty, seduced by her gems, her gold, all of her adornment. Hands underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes. Come on up, down dog. But as the story shared, the story from Sunday shared that, these people were chasing Lakshmi and constantly bring that right leg back and up, stretch it up, reach it up. And every time they got close to Lakshmi, she dropped some of her gems, she dropped some of her gold. Float on up, warrior one. And of course, they quickly picked it up and they got heavier and heavier and heavier with stuff. Heavier and heavier with stuff. But never closer to abundance. And it was only through the wisdom of a teacher who said, well, let's find Saraswati. Where is Saraswati, the goddess of wisdom? Straighten that leg. And glide forward into your triangle. And come on down. So it was only once this teacher said, let's look for the goddess of wisdom. And when he bowed down at the feet of the goddess of wisdom, Lakshmi appeared. So the goddess of wisdom, Saraswati, that's the deity of our Vishuddha chakra, our throat chakra. Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance and love, the goddess of Anahata. Another breath. Float on up. Vira 2. And really deepen in. Feel yourself opening up to wisdom. Another breath. And hands either side of the foot. Walk your dog out. And if you're in a place where you're like, okay, all right, I'm totally willing to open myself up to wisdom, but how? How do I do it? Well, I think that there's, like we've mentioned already, breathing here. Float that left leg back and up, stretch it up, reach it up. Step it forward, coming into Vira 1. Take your time. First, really plugging into your joy Geiger counter. And then exploring. Breathing here into your Vira 1. And then open it up into the Garrison-Brook 2. When do you feel most aligned? When does life feel most resonant for you? Dr. Joe Dispenza talks a lot about coherence. He talks about brain and heart coherence because he does a lot of science around the energetic body. So when does life feel like it's most in flow? Another breath. Straighten that leg and glide into your Trikonasana. And what can you learn from that when life feels like it's flowing most easily? Breathe, here in your triangle. Tuck that left hip underneath. And if you notice yourself experiencing stress, experiencing struggle, gripping really, really tight. Just ask yourself the question, is this true knowledge? Glide up. Do things have to be this way? What would it look like if I explored another way of being or seeing the world? Hands other side of the foot, come on down. Walk your dog out. Tailbone rises up, head hangs heavy. Another breath. And step that right foot forward, coming into your Kapotasana. Legs out to the side. Beautiful hands on the mat. And really feel this incredible arch, opening the heart, opening the throat, lifting the chin. And you can hum here. Inhale. I keep. Hum. And then come on down. I got a kitty. No, you can't leave. You can't. You can't. Folding forward. She's like, I must leave. I must. Folding down. Coming into your pigeon pose. Pigeon. Breathing into that right hip. Remembering if, the hip is really riding high, you can grab a blanket and put it underneath the hip. If your head doesn't come down to the mat, you can grab your block or blocks so you can get your forehead down onto the blocks. And keep breathing, 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 washing the hip. Washing the hip with the breath. Nice falling out breath. And you can keep humming here. Take a nice big inhale. It can be really fun to do the Bija mantra while you're kind of face down on the mat because it feels even more resonant because you get the vibration, you get the echo right off the mat. Really bring awareness into the throat. Opening yourself up to wisdom. Another breath. And then walk those hands up. Beautiful open heart. And then plug the hands in, curl the toes under, step it back. Down dog, swing that leg out. Have that feel really good. And then switch sides. Bringing that left leg forward. Feel like you got cat hair on my face. Keep bringing those hips back. Beautiful open heart. Breathing here. Right. Keep nice big inhale. Really feel it in the throat. The color is turquoise. Flushing away toxins. All your toilet flush. Come on down. Come on down. We got a house full of people right now. Breathing into that left hip. Keep breathing. And humming on the exhale. wisdom coming in, just maybe as if, you know, this false knowledge, all these shoulds, all these expectations, can you just gently start to hum them away, or hum awareness into them if you can't let them all go? I get it. I ask a lot of really big, really deep questions. And it's just an invitation for you to start Kaizen, incremental change, bit by bit. Bit by bit. How can you start to reorient the way that you see the world? Another few breaths. And then walk those hands up. Shoulders down the back. Curl the toes under. And swing that left leg out. Head hangs heavy. Roll the head on the neck. Lift the tailbone up. Head hangs down. Glide forward, plank pose. Really pouring energy into the hands, broad in the back part. Feel the back part blossoming open, chinning towards the chest, stretching the top of the shoulders. Maybe kind of roll the back part up just a little bit. And then exhale, release. Feeling the belly heat, feeling the strength in the arms. I love this weight-bearing pose on the hands because it helps us build our bone density in our arms, which is so good for us, especially as we age. Another breath. And then knees come down. Walk your hands forward, puppy dog stretch on Uttanasana. Bring the chin forward, breathing again into the throat. Press those hands down. Breathe into the heart. Opening the heart, opening the throat. And then rolling up. Inhale, lift into your cow. And exhale, come on back into your child's pose. Palms reach forward, palms are up. And maybe gently wag it back and forth. Head is liquid on the neck. Just allow that head to kind of wave around. Massaging the forehead. Let the belly really melt down in between the thighs. Another breath. And then come on up. And come on to the back body. And grab a strap if you have one. We'll do a quick Supta Padangusthasana. And then we'll come into our Shavasana. So bringing the knees in towards the chest. Maybe hanging for a second on the shins. Bring the chin in towards the chest. Really opening again the back part. Opening the shoulders. And then roll it down. Soles of the feet on the earth. Windshield wiper those knees back and forth. Still feel like I have cat hair in my mouth. It's the fun of really moisturizing your face and then petting your cat. Back and forth. Wringing out the spine. Inhale it up. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, other direction. And then hug those knees in. Roll the feet on the ankles. then extend that left leg long, bring the right leg up overhead. The leg is straight. Check in with the neck. I always do weird things with my neck in this pose. Bring the chin down towards the chest. Leg is straight. And maybe you're holding onto the back of the thigh. You can hold onto the back of the calf. You can make peace fingers with the big, and wrap them around the big toe. Or you can put a strap around the ball of the foot. Whatever speaks to you. And really breathe that right leg in. Another breath. And extend that leg long. And come on down. Just a simple Supta Padangusthasana today. But feel how even just that simple pose, your leg probably rides a little bit closer to the ground. The right leg might feel a little bit longer. Palms down on the belly. Feel the breath rise and fall. And then straighten out the body as necessary. Bring that left leg up overhead. Again, check in with the neck. Chin down towards the chest. Back part's nice and flat and relaxed. Shoulders are down. Drawing the leg in, keeping the leg straight. And just opening yourself up to this exploration. This exploration of what your true wisdom looks like. Another breath. And extend that leg long. And if there's one last pose that you would love to take, go ahead and do it now. And otherwise, just let the feet flop open. Palms are up. Melting down into your Shavasana. So words from Rumi. The work is always inside you.
This knot does not get untied by listening to the stories of other people. And he goes on to say, let silence be the art you practice. And we're going to talk more about the importance of cultivating silence in our practice tomorrow. Rumi also goes on to say, as you start to walk on the way appears. As you start to walk on the way appears. So that's incredibly important as we do this deep work, as we start exploring our avidya, our ignorance. Just know that, once you start opening yourself up, you'll get guidance, you'll get wisdom from the universe. As you start to walk on the way appears. So breathing here, starting to come back to the body, wiggling fingers and toes. Rolling the hands on the wrist, rolling the feet on the ankles, rolling the head on the neck. Rolling over onto the right side, cradling the heart, remembering that the heart and the throat are like yin and yang. Opening the heart helps open the throat and vice versa. Breathing into our wisdom will help bring us abundance, help bring us love. And carefully pressing yourself up into an easy seat. Sending yourself such gratitude, such love, such compassion and acceptance. And then bring the hands together into the heart space. And let's take a nice big inhale. And we're going to Om out. And really feel that resonance in Vishuddha. Nice big inhale. Om.